Have you ever been in a place in your life where you knew that you wanted something more and you knew that life could be better and you just didn't know what to do? You didn't even know how to create that vision and you didn't even know really what you wanted? This immersion allows you to open up those doors. Cindy asks you these questions to really dig in and so you can discover for yourself where you want your life to go, what you want to feel in your life, how you want it to play out. If you're confused, if you don't know the next steps to take in your life, this is the perfect experience to be able to open that up in a safe and loving and welcome environment, no judgment. You just get to be yourself and figure out what you really, really want for your life and your next steps, whether that's career, whether it's relationships, and whether it's like what you want your life to look like just overall. If you want to stop feeling stuck, if you want to know what the next step is for you, this immersion is exactly what you need. So Cindy and I met because I was referred to her from someone who was close to me that had gone through the immersion, and it really affected her in a positive light. And she knew where I was at in my life and suggested that I go through the same experience. So Cindy and I met just a couple times over Zoom before going down to her beautiful ranch. And immediately my heart just connected with Cindy, and I absolutely adored her from the first words we shared. And I knew that this was going to be an incredible experience for me. The part that I actually appreciated the most was that it is a one-on-one experience. You really have this time to dig into your life, to talk to someone who really, really genuinely cares and wants you to do and be the best person that you can. And you have this one-on-one time to really dig into that and figure out what you want. You don't have all these other voices. You don't have to share time with Cindy. You really get her and the entire experience. You become part of the family. You get to have dinner. You get to talk with the animals, you get to snuggle them. You have this beautiful suite that you get to go back to after you've laid your heart there and really get to absorb that into your brain and into your body. And you have this just incredible experience that's life-changing, and you have this wonderful, caring person that gets to walk along beside you this entire time. One of the best things that happened at the immersion that I think sets it apart, aside from this wonderful person you get to spend your time with, is that you leave with an action plan. You go through and really dig into what you want your life, your career, your relationships to look like, and then you leave with the next steps. What does that look like? How can you envision that in your life? And what are those next steps that you need to take to bring those things to fruition? And not only that, you get to take this beautiful drive through the Colorado mountains, and you've just spent 2 days of your life really digging in and figuring out what you want your life to become in so many different aspects. And you have this time to drive through the countryside and really meditate and let it all sink in after you've set up your action plan, after you've figured everything out, and you can really just let it absorb into you, and you know exactly what you have to do to make these things happen. So the reason I decided to do the immersion was I was at a place in my life where I had recently lost my job. I felt kind of stuck and wanted to figure out how to move forward in my life, how to create the best next chapter instead of continuing to just kind of go through life and let life take me where I was. I realized that I had absorbed all of my time into my work and my job, and a lot of my life in other aspects had began to kind of become stagnant. And my entire value, my entire life structure was based around what I was contributing to another company. And so moving forward, I wanted to make sure that I was giving a lot of energy to the rest of my life and creating more work-life balance and joy and value that was outside of my day-to-day responsibilities at a job. And so that's why I went to the immersion was to really build out the next steps of my life and framework of what would create the best life for me.